All right, so I want to point something out here. Um, I don't. I'm not saying there's something to this, but I'm saying to pay attention to it. This guy, this stream was made before the interview that I posted. Okay, that's important because this is something that he wants to do, right? And it might go to say what his agenda may be. Here, I'll let you listen here.
But
There's
seeking is cool. Seeking is cool too.
channel. Uh, and when I was talking to him today, I dropped because he does like a conspiracy research themed channel, and I
Hmm.
dropped a fuck ton of bombs big time if he really wants to. And I'm gonna pass you a link to that guy's channel, and I'm hoping to get like this little network going where I came only across it recently. There's this thing called the IP2 network. I don't know if you ever heard of it. I don't know where I've been this whole time. It seems like everyone's known about this except for me. There's this thing called IRL streamers. I didn't even know it was like real life like streamers. Where there's people going around with like their streams. They go out everywhere they go and they stream, and then people give them money, and then they like tell them to do something and they do it. They like come up and tell a random stranger they got like gorilla hands or whatever, you know. There's like these people and they're like all like they want money so bad for meth or whatever. So the people doing this are of a certain type of people, right?
Okay.
And so, but there's a network. You could actually go like IP2 network. You Google it, and it shows you a web page of different streamers. It's like there's like a network of streamers, right? Well, I figured, well,
Hmm.
why not make like a network of streamers, but instead of being a bunch of meth heads or
Hmm.
whatever, would be like reformed. You know?
Yeah. Cool. I like it. We could make a ton of money doing that because my friend was telling me that building the metaverse and the internet world is the way to go. So.
I think so, man. And when I was talking to this guy Gil about it, he was right on board because there's this thing like the way you joined in the chat right tonight on here where you click the thing. There's
Yeah.
this thing called StreamYard people use when they stream. It's just like that where you click and you could if you search for like StreamYard on YouTube, you'll see these streamers where you could just go in and click and join their thing and talk to them. And I did that the other night, and I think that might be a great way to find other people. But I went to this one girl's thing. Her name, she goes by Chuckles, and she's some Jewish girl, and she's somewhat crass in her humor, more so than I would really like engage in. But to come across,
So, I don't know. It just seems, she seems like a funny coincidence to me. That, he comes across this thing, this IRL streamers, right? And the money to be made. They could make a lot of money doing this, And then I find him in Conspiracy Underground's chat. Like he's looking for people. He's there looking for people. He clearly doesn't. He doesn't care too much for targeted individuals. He clearly he made that much very clear. He even said in his interview with me, he said that the targeted individuals. Oh, that's a bunch of winners. Yeah, it's a bunch of winners, don't you know? Yeah, that's a real group of winners that targeted individuals. There's a bunch of cunts, he says. They're a bunch of cunts. Okay, so but he's on Conspiracy Underground's chat. And that's where I come across this guy. And then I go to his channel and we start, he starts asking me about like gaslighting me about doing drugs. Is there something you can do different? And Abe has touched on this quite a bit about the whole thing. It's about behavior modification. That seems to be the name of the game. The name of the game is behavior modification. So they're getting you to change your behavior, but you choose to do it. And part of that is requires them to gaslight you into it. You know, because if you're not making these changes yourself, obviously it requires a little bit of a push, if you know what I mean. And I do think it's a combination of things. As far as a lot of people that are being targeted are being targeted for whatever reason, but they're using the targeted individuals as guinea pigs, just straight up guinea pigs for different DARPA programs. You know, whatever technology they're using, and whatever types of psychological warfare tactics they're using, because that is the new weapon of choice. You know, in these upcoming endeavors with as far as any type of conflict goes with military involvement, psychological warfare seems to be the weapon of choice. It's an information war, and make no question about it, that is the most effective. Talking cost effective, it's the most effective as far as results go. The least amount of collateral damage. It's, you know, if you look at it, it's good all the way around. But there's one thing that they're failing to see. That they are, you know, their intent, their intentions. They are knowingly, intentionally, influencing people's choices. That's wrong. That is absolutely wrong. It is deception. When you're knowingly influencing somebody's choice, you know, it's a psychological warfare tactic, and to be aware of it is the only defense against it. And maybe you want to make that choice. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. But we should be free from being, deceptively influenced, against making certain choices. Like I said, there's other ways to do things. This is not the way to go about it. And when you have a bunch of people fucking harassing you, following you around, and harassing you every day of your life, just to get you to make a different choice in your life, that's fucking wrong. I'm sorry. It's fucking wrong. It's absolutely wrong. And when they have, the different things that they I'm sure are involved in. I mean, like I said, this has CIA and FBI written all over it. So I just wanted to point that out, though, that I'm not saying that it is his agenda. I'm just saying it's kind of funny that was a day or two before I had this interview with him. So you make what you will. You make what you want out of it. But I don't believe in coincidences really anymore. So be good or be good at it. Peace out.